Children in a small Alabama town are developing forms of cancer that have parents and scientists asking why.
Now some think they have a better idea. Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis is here now with their frightening story. Randy?
That's right, Russ and Sine. Yeah, Fruithurst, Alabama is just 5 miles on the other side of the Georgia state line. Only a few hundred people live there. Many, though, have the same concern. Could there be dangerous levels of chemicals in their well water, making some very sick?
For people like Megan Holbrooks, the days are now filled with life-changing choices. Even how to make that first cup of coffee.
I should have stock in bottled water because, man, without it, I don't know what we'd do.
Megan and her family live near Fruithurst, Alabama, their country-style home tucked away along a quiet dirt road. Too far to reach the city water line. So for years, all their water came from this well. It's where all their worries come from, too.
The fear is cancer, and so my children and myself and my husband, it's a big deal.
It sure is.
Hello, Miss Gilbert.
But chances are few others would have cared about Fruithurst if this elementary school principal with no background in science had not decided to ask why an alarming number of children in her community were being diagnosed with cancer.
Everybody said there has to be something causing this. Someone needs to do something.
One of those boys, Will Allred, attended Fruithurst Elementary. Leukemia took his life in 2017.
It is a mystery because originally it was 4 young males and then 4 middle-aged females were diagnosed with leukemia and lymphoma. So there had to be a common thread.
So at the principal's urging, Auburn University scientists tested the water here in Fruithurst. The city water came back safe. But for those who get their water from individual wells, the results confirm their fears.
Some of the wells showed dangerously high levels of heavy metals and volatile organic compounds linked to cancer. Dr. Christy Hyatt also sent out surveys to the community to ask whether anyone else had been diagnosed with cancer since 1987. Researchers last year began plotting the data on a map. The red triangles show residents with cancer. The blue dots indicate the wells. The surveys are still coming in.
Currently there were close to 54.
54 cases of cancer?
Of leukemia and lymphoma.
So far, Will Allred is the only child who's passed away. Megan is his mom.
Did you have higher chemicals in your water than you were supposed to have?
Oh yes, abnormally high. To the point where it's like, it didn't get there by accident.
So how do those chemicals get there? There is no confirmed culprit. Many could be naturally occurring, except for bis-2-ethylhexylphthalate, a volatile organic compound that can be a byproduct of rubber production. The Alabama Department of Environmental Management found bis-2 in the soil of this closed rubber plant in Fruithurst, but at acceptable levels. At this time, the site does not pose a threat to human health and the environment. A company spokesman denied any role in the well water contamination and told me they did not dump any chemicals. He also pointed out the state has taken no action. Auburn scientists plan to test the groundwater near the site later this year. But the science is not clear. Experts with the Alabama Department of Public Health tell the Fox 5 I-Team the number of cancer cases here is actually in the expected range. In fact, one scientist says he would have no problem drinking the well water. Auburn researchers disagree and urge individual residents to get their well water tested.
So it was different types of cancers.
Meanwhile, Dr. Hyatt helped secure grant money to help those still drinking well water. $55,000 to get 28 residents hooked up to the city system. Another $25,000 to buy 45 reverse osmosis filters. Megan Holbrooks worries it still only filters the water from their kitchen sink.
I've just been praying about it and doing the best we can do, so.
An estimated 400 families here still get their drinking water from wells.
I drank water when I was pregnant with him.
He was drinking well water until the day he died.
Yes. He was. I ask myself what I could have done different quite often.
We can only act on the information we have in front of us at the time.
Correct. And that is why I will do everything I can to keep it from happening to another family.
Well, adding to the confusion for residents there, the researchers even differ on how to interpret CDC estimates on typical cancer cases or cancer rates in Cleveland County. Auburn scientists say the entire county is expected to have only one childhood leukemia diagnosis in a 5-year period. Well, they've had 4 in about 3 years. But scientists with the state dispute that projection and insist the county does not have an unusually high number of cancer cases. So you got Auburn saying one thing, the state saying another thing. You can understand why people there are scared and confused.
Yeah, this is a real fear.
Yeah, and you look at the map of the cancer cases and the wells, and it does seem to match up. Now, that doesn't prove anything, but it does explain why they're so concerned.
And the other thing is radon is at a high level there, too, and radon does cause cancer, but it causes lung cancer, not leukemia. Right. So it's also another mystery that Auburn University researchers say they're going to continue to look at this year.
All right, well, we know you'll keep us posted as they get new results. Thanks, Randy.
Thanks, Randy.